Housemarque has given us our first look at gameplay for Saros and is looking pretty great so far. Let's talk about it. Hello there everybody and welcome to The Comfy Spot. My name is Tyler and today we are going to be talking the state of play that we got yesterday as of this video going live, today as of recording. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the Saros gameplay reveal that we got at long last. Saros was first announced earlier this year in a state of play. Now we got our gameplay reveal and honestly I am very excited for it. If you were not aware, if you don't know, Saros is the new game coming from Housemarque, the developer behind one of the best games of the PlayStation 5 generation, Returnal, which came out back in 2021. And Saros is looking like it's basically Returnal 2.0, more or less. And that might be, you know, you might think of that as like reductive, but I'm not meaning it that way at all. I actually think that is a great thing. I really love Returnal. It's one of my favorite games from this generation. So I am happy to see that Housemarque is really just building on what they did with Returnal and trying to really fine tune and hone it and maybe up the scale with it in some way, shape, or form. No, the gameplay that we saw here, we got the title, well not the title, but the name of the planet that you're going to be on. The planet is called Carcosa. We know that our character has like an AI type of companion in their suit or in their head or something like that. And we just saw a lot of gameplay. And again, the gameplay looks just like Returnal, more or less, but you know, it has like that fast pace, that action, the bullet hell, just intensity, particle heavy, everything you expected that from Returnal, everything you got from Returnal, that is all here. You have a dash just like you did in Returnal. The dash here, there's a bit of a little flare, a little spectacle with it. It's kind of like you kind of glitch on out kind of sort of whenever you do your dash, which is very cool. You also have this new thing called a Soltari shield, and when you activate the shield, of course it protects you from attacks, but it also allows you to absorb projectiles that get shot at you. And when you absorb the projectiles, it actually allows you to, I think it empowers your power weapon or your heavy weapon that you have. I believe the power weapon is kind of maybe like the alternate fire move that your guns will have. So like in Returnal, your guns, they had an alt fire. If you held them down part way, you fired one way, but if you held it down all the way, you fired a different way. So I think that I believe that's what the power weapon stuff is going to be doing here in Returnal. We saw really only one weapon the character using. It was like the shotgun type weapon. We saw some power move stuff going on with it. It looked really cool. Enemy wise, we saw a whole lot of like robotic tech mech type things. Think if you remember, if you played Returnal in the snow area, in the snow section of that game, how there were a whole lot of just basically like robotic mech flying around things. We saw a lot of enemies like that here in the section that we saw. But those are not the only enemy types that are going to be in Saros, and as we saw in other sections and other biomes in the game, in the trailer, we saw that there will be like some more like alien-esque type creatures as well, which is exciting to see. And again, like I just said, I just mentioned there were different biomes. We saw an area that was like clearly, it was like in the mountains kind of sort of, but it was like clearly blue skies, daytime and everything. We saw like a rainy, stormy type area. There was one section that looked like it was inside of like a futuristic base foundation type thing, like really sleek, like human-made or human architecture. It looked really cool. I liked all the different environments that we saw here. It kind of, you know, with Returnal, it was all very just Geiger-esque, all really horrifying type of environments. And this in Saros, it seems like we're still gonna have some environments that are definitely more lean towards a horror, scary type of aesthetic, but there seems like there's gonna be more variety in terms of the types of tones that we'll be getting from the environments that we'll be exploring on the planet of Carcosa. Another gameplay addition that they mention here is the addition of a permanent upgrade you can get called Second Chance. So when you die, you'll be able to revive yourself instantly one more time before you are down for the count for good and have to restart your run, which is very awesome. And as I said, that's going to be one of the permanent upgrades you'll be able to find and unlock in some way, shape, or form. They didn't detail the how, but that'll be a permanent upgrade, which is awesome. That's really cool to see. I'm curious what other permanent upgrades they're going to be for us to discover in Returnal, what other temporary abilities, the other types of weapons we'll be having at our disposal. There's so much to discover. I cannot wait to learn more about this game. And they also did kind of hint at the story that's going to be going on behind the scenes in Returnal. The story in Returnal was definitely very vague and mysterious, and the story that was there was focused more on Celine herself. And there was a story, I guess, that to tell in regards to the planet of Atropos in Returnal, through these different these holographic logs that you could find. As you reach certain areas, you could like scan the environment, and then like a thing appeared, and it kind of told you, oh, what this diorama or sculpture you were looking at meant for the history of the planet. So it looks like what we're getting here in Saros is something maybe akin to that, but maybe a bit more focused on the planet itself and your actual mission on the planet of Carcosa. We saw, our main character looking at a hologram of a woman. It was actually it wasn't just like a still thing. It seemed like it was like a video playback hologram type thing. So I don't know. It's very intriguing. I am very intrigued by everything going on here. Again, I loved Returnal. I really want to go back and play it. I just don't have the time to, but I'm very excited for Saros. Everything here looks awesome. It looks amazing. Again, looks like Returnal 2.0. For me, that is not a bad thing because Returnal was an amazing game. And of course, we got a release date, March 20th, 2026. So assuming it does not get delayed, we only have to wait 6 months to be playing Saros, and that is a bit sooner than I expected. I figured, I thought it was gonna be maybe like a summer type game or something. Honestly, I don't know why I thought of that. I just kind of did. But hey, March, a nice spring game right there. I am just all in on that. I'm very excited for Saros. Cannot wait to get this game, get my hands on it, and push comes to shove, I'm going to try my damnedest to do a review on that game, because I reviewed Returnal when that game first came out, over when I was doing a podcast over at Play to Win Games. So definitely want to review Saros when this comes out. But nevertheless, let me know what you all thought of Saros down below. Were you excited by the gameplay? Did you enjoy it? Were you a bit disappointed? Were you a bit let down? Were you expecting more from Saros, something a bit more different than Returnal? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell, that way you know as soon as new videos go live. My name is Tyler, this has been The Comfy Spot, and we'll talk next time. Have a good one.